Welcome to the Big Ten's greatest games. Michigan versus Michigan State. October 30th, 2004.
Here we go. Knox, Weston, Edwards. The receivers run back to start. Pass deep ball is up. Great job. Dickerson. And game 2 of the doubleheader, we welcome you to Ann Arbor, Michigan for Michigan State, Michigan for the 97th time. Mike Tirico, Terry Bowden, Tim Brandt, Susie Schuster around the field. You've only missed one play. A 3-yard run by Michigan's true freshman quarterback, Chad Henne. It is 2nd and 7 for the Wolverines. And Michael Hart, our other true freshman in the backfield, is hit back from the 27 by Jason Harmon, the free safety, and the captain. A gain of 5 there. As we mentioned, the 2 young kids, the story for Michigan this year.
Chad Henne, Wilson High School, Wyomissing, Pennsylvania.
That's about 65 miles north and west of Philadelphia, really close to Allentown. Extraordinary numbers for the young man who has come in with a lot of poise, but he and everything else that happens in the air today will be affected. There is a really, really strong wind. It's 30 miles per hour sustained, going from the bottom right to the upper left of your screen. And as we go through the game, it'll be a huge factor. This is 3rd and short, and the throw to Steve Preston is caught for a first down. Gain of 4 out to the 32-yard line. Let's run you through the lineups real quick. We mentioned Michael Hart has a chance of over 1,000 yards at running back. Dudley, the blocking fullback. Braylon Edwards, chance to pass Anthony Carter in the all-time Michigan yard list with Avant and Tim Massaquoi. Tight ends have been big lately. Stenovich, Riley, David Boss has moved to center, has been the story, as you know. Matt Lentz and Jake Long, the 5 up front. 3 starters in state in this in-state rivalry. Hit block for Hart. And the freshman takes it across midfield to the Michigan State 47-yard line. Pick up the 21. Big fullback Kevin Dudley with the big block.
Well, they're loading the box. Michigan State, you're trying to stop the run, but if you watch this, they cut off the perimeter. There's no flood control. He gets outside of containment, and with that cut right there, moves the chains. Little guy's hard to find. He's only 5'7".
Great block by the fullback there. You don't hear much about fullbacks at Michigan. All they do is block, block, and block some more. Kevin Dudley, great job.
This Michigan team 7-1, only the loss week 2 of the season at Notre Dame. Cruising along, tied with Wisconsin atop the Big Ten. Hart keeps those legs going. A gain of 3 to the MSU 44. The Spartans have won a couple of games in a row. Their defense has improved. Dukes, Vickerson, McKinney, and Ryan on the other end. 2 Michigan kids there. Stanley has been terrific. He's quiet off the field, a terror on the field with Heron and Terrell Dortch, the former running back. Both he and Jared Hayes have come over from offense this year and have been very good stories for Michigan State. Harmon and Smith, the safeties, are tackling better. Roderick Maples, the corner, is going to see a lot of Braylon Edwards. Those 2 guys from Michigan heading up this afternoon. On 2nd down, Henne setting up the screen for Hart. And Hart takes it to the 40. He'll be about 4 yards shy. Left 3rd and 4 coming up. Tim, set the table. What do we have when Michigan has the ball here?
I'll tell you, this is an awfully good drive. If you look at by the numbers, what's taking place here. If you see Michigan offensively, they're averaging 149 yards rushing, 222 passing, fairly balanced at 28 points, and a lot of time of possession. So they've got the advantage here. Michigan State's defense has really had a tough time stopping the run. In this drive right here, Michigan's mixed it up with the run, the pass, inside, outside, and it's got Michigan State on their heels a little bit.
3rd and 4. Tyler Ecker, the tight end, in motion, and Penny to throw. For Ecker, it was too high and incomplete. And Michigan State will force a punt. Eric Smith there on the coverage, junior out of Ohio. He's the top tackler on this MSU defense.
Good coverage, Eric Smith. The strong safety comes over. He's got pretty good coverage. He knows the ball's high, so he just stayed behind him low and pushed him under the ball.
Yeah, pretty passive defensive situation there. They pretty much let Chad Henne throw the football. As the game goes on, I would think they would put a lot more pressure.
Adam Finley is kicking into that win. Catching punts is going to be really stressful today. Everything in the punt game is going to be coaches waiting to exhale. Well, this guy has given him a good start here at Michigan State. A season is turned around with this sophomore quarterback.
Drew Stanton, Harrison High School, Farmington Hills, Michigan.
That's about 32, 33 miles from here. Drew Stanton played special teams last year for this team. Busted up his knee in the bowl game.
Mike, if you're Michigan State now, you've had a week off. Offensively, you want to do some things here. You want to show them some things that you haven't done. They script the first 8 plays. They'll show a lot of different formations to see how Michigan reacts.
And they'll start from the 20 and be backed up 5 yards. DeAndre Cobb coming into the lineup instead of Jason Teague to start.
Start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
That was on Stephon Wheeler.
And that's when the critics give your script a bad review.
Yeah.
When you,
you want to know what 107,000 people can do to you, too. The noise is a lot different than anything you can show in practice or even in your other games. And they jump off the first play of the game.
Well, Michigan is a personnel grouping type defense, so they want to see how they react to this.
1st and 15. And the first run comes with DeAndre Cobb. More of a home run hitter out of the backfield. Gets across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Roy Manning on the tackle. We're going to see a lot of Jason Teague, who normally starts, but Cobb gets it there. Trannon, Brown, Scott, 3 receivers. They use 5. Jason Randall, the tight end. The other tight end, Eric Knott, caught 2 touchdowns the last game. Up front with Wheeler, Cook, Chris Morris here from Michigan with Sean Poole and William Whitaker on the right side. And Michigan State goes no huddle here in this opening drive. 2nd and 8. Stanton rolls it, throws it, complete to Trennan. That's going to be a first down at the 32-yard line.
So, Mike, they've shown 3 wide receivers. They've shown 5 wide receivers. Watch them come this time, maybe go 2 tight ends, because, again, they're going no huddle. They're seeing how the defense reacts. They're rolling the line, zone blocking. You get the quarterback rolling that side, read it, bam, hit the guy who posts up. You got the first.
Michigan hustling in some personnel, Tim. They put an extra defensive back on the field. Darnell Hood, he's up at the top of the screen. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, coming off a bye week. And a good throw. Trannon got it and lost 3 yards. Michigan reacts well. Ernest Shazer has been fabulous. That hit against Purdue changed the game last week. After the loss of 3, Larry Harrison, Gabe Watson was in the Purdue backfield all second half last week. Roy Manning, Lawrence Reed, top tackler on this bunch, with Pierre Woods and Scott McClintock. Marlon Jackson is a first-round draft pick waiting to happen. With Mundy, Shazer, who's been fabulous, and Leon Hall. And Michigan's secondary has been very strong in the last month. 2nd and 13 after the loss of yardage. And a good opening for DeAndre Cobb. Goodbye. Michigan State on the board first. 72 yards. Touchdown, Spartans. The home run hitter touches them all.
Spread them across the field with all your wideouts. Sideline to sideline, create space, thin out the defense, and then run it straight ahead.
You put 3 wideouts one way, 2 wideouts the other, Timmy, and it gets their safeties worried which way to go, and there's no safeties between the hashes of the field. That's exactly what happened. They're too busy worrying about which side to cover as DeAndre Cobb goes right up the gut.
As soon as he got to the second level, he was gone.
The wind shaking those uprights as Dave Rayner comes on for the try. And he hit the upright, but sneaks it in. He got it going in the right direction as it was moving. So John L. Smith's team comes out with a great start. It's been a long time since the Spartans have won in the Big House. They get off to a big start thanks to the DeAndre Cobb 72-yard touchdown run. 97th playing, and John L. Smith, a part of it for the second time, he confronted it straight on. He said, we think about this game all year, and to make it a big rivalry, we have to contribute. That means winning more often. As mentioned before, it's been since 1990 that Michigan State won here in Ann Arbor, but a great start here today.
I was surprised the way Michigan State started off defensively against Michigan. Played fairly soft, just trying to keep guys in front of them. Not really pushing, not trying to fill the lanes with any blitzes.
So Michigan back on the field. Tim and Terry from the 20, and Henne to throw away right away to Steve Preston, or rather Braylon Edwards, and he gets 4 out to the 24-yard line. Edwards is their top receiver and tops in the conference. That is 59 catch.
When you start out, you got to stop Michael Hart and Chad Penny. You've got to put your people inside. Braylon Edwards is going to catch his balls, you know, but if they don't throw it to him, they can't snap it to him. They've got to throw it to him. So you've got to put people inside, stop Michael Hart, go through him to get pressure on the quarterback. Don't let the quarterback be comfortable.
On second down, here comes Hart up the middle. And the freshman takes it close to first down yard. You can hear it, you can see it. The wind a huge factor. For more on that, here's Susie Schuster.
Well, Mike, I feel a bit like Dorothy with a twister. It's like a tornado down here. Wind gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour, a wind advisory in effect. And John L. Smith did tell me that it affects every aspect of the game, but it really wreaks havoc on the punting. Now, as for Lloyd Carr, he said, I asked him actually if the wind was strong enough to affect his strategy. He said it affects every aspect of the game, Mike.
That's right, Susie, to the point that they'd love to have the wind at their back either side come the fourth quarter. 3rd and 1, Henne tries to use that large frame to get across the 30-yard line and does, in fact, pick up the first down. Coach, when you have a wind game like this, it's a little bit different in this stadium because you walk in at about the 70th row of the big house and then you walk down. That means 70 rows of bleachers and another 8 or 9 feet so you get down to field level. So it's not sitting up right there at street level, but still swirls around you.
And you have to recheck the wind gauge every time you punt because it will shift and change throughout the game. It's not necessarily going to swirl and change in the same direction the entire game.
Tell you what I think, Mike. I don't think it's as difficult on the kicker as it is on the receiver, the guy who's trying to catch the punt.
That'd be like Jason Verritt catching a Wakefield knuckleball. It's not easy.
Hard on the run. First down to the 44. Pickup of 13 yards. Michael Hart went to a very small high school in Syracuse, New York, right inside the city limits, Onondaga Central High School. He is a short guy, but it doesn't mean he's not a strong, powerful guy.
The thing that surprised me so far is his biggest gains have been to the outside. There's been very little containment by Michigan State. They've got to put somebody outside, force him back into the middle where the big linebackers are. Eventually, he's going to break one of those to the outside and get around that corner.
First down with Edwards in motion. Braylon looks to block as Hart finds the lane and gets out to the 49-yard line. A pickup of 5 there. That's already, guys, 6 carries, over 50 yards for the man who's had 200-plus back-to-back games.
And by getting on the corner, they're reducing this to 1-on-2 or 2-on-2 football.
Yeah, and it's funny, though, you talk about the corner. When we talked to Michael Hart, he said, I want to run east-west so much, I'm still having to work on going north-south. His whole history is about being so fast, he goes to the sideline. What made him so successful? He starts to the sideline and works north and south. That's what they want him to do at Michigan a lot more of.
Picked up 5 on that one, so 2nd and 5. He's the fake man. As Henne throws, trying to get the Massaquoi pass interference flag on Jason Harmon. So the captain, the senior, got there a little too quick. And John L. Smith's team will see Michigan cross midfield.
John L. gives it a little sarcastic smile. Not going to get a whole lot of calls in the big house.
Pass interference. On the defense, number 25. Spot foul. Automatic. First down.
It doesn't happen 15 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. It's marked where it happened.
Take another look for the contact, see if he makes contact before the ball, and he's coming over that right side. Didn't see the left hand.
That seems to be the biggest foul you see with the defensive backs. Sliding their opposite hand, their left arm around the middle of the body and trying to play the ball with their other ones. We see that all the time now. A real weakness we see from a lot of secondary people.
So a good call.
Yeah.
From the 42, Dudley, the fullback, in motion. Reverse setup in the hands of Braylon Edwards with 3 blockers. Edwards down the sideline into the 21-yard line. Pick up at 21.
So Hayes makes the tackle, but again, they're hitting outside. They're getting success out there. Now they run the reverse, which gets everybody running one way. You know you've already had success outside. Now you're running behind them.
I think it's a great selection of play calls. 1st and 10, they run the reverse. They've got Michigan State running different directions. This is a great tackle by Jaron Hayes, because you're talking about one of the great open field runners in Braylon Edwards. Watch this open field tackle right here. Locks him up, locks around his ankle, and stops a probable touchdown. But the play calling, the versatility of Michigan has been very, very good.
From the 21, Hart. Big opening. Michael Hart inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 7. So Michigan walking down the field on this drive. Ronald Stanley, the linebacker, made the tackle. Hart may have another 200-yard game in him.
How about this? Michael Hart was 600 yards the last 3 games coming into this one. And so far, I mean, he's just getting lookout blocks up there, and he doesn't need anything. Hart over 1,000 yards on that carry. So there you go. True freshman, young guy, big smile, and 1,000 yards put in his back pocket.
First Michigan freshman to have a 1,000-yard campaign in Ann Arbor. 1st and goal. And here is Hart up the middle. Touchdown, Michigan.
Folks, Michigan has gotten a lot more creative since Bo Schembech was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Lloyd Carr has refined the multiple approach style attack, which was installed by Gary Moeller. He's made it much more creative. He's opened it up. He goes outside, inside. Here he just finds a running lane up in the middle. Bingo. Touchdown.
What hadn't changed is the size of those hog mollies up front. They're all 300 pounds or bigger, and they laid those Michigan State defenders on their fannies.
Aaron Rivas guides the extra point through. Adam Finley, a new holder, because Mac Gutierrez, the to-be starting quarterback before he was hurt, had surgery on his shoulder this week. Michael Hart, back drive, takes it over 1,000 yards, takes it into the end zone for the 5th time this year. All square at 7, halfway through the 1st.
Change one of the most storied programs in America and make them much better.
DeAndre Cobb, 4 career kickoff returns, took it on the run, took it out to the 32. A penalty marker comes in as Cobb was brought down by Rick Engelum. Michigan reserve free safety. And illegal use of hands, so a longer drive for Michigan State as they step it off. Why don't we step out and bring in John Saunders from New York.
Illegal block in the back on the return team, number 41. 10-yard penalty, it's file a foul. Stop.
Following the illegal block penalty, the ball is the 21-yard line.
Thank you, John. All fired up, obviously, the Florida faithful after what happened, as you referenced this week. But the game itself is very important. This is dominated by the Gators. All square at 7 here. Drive starts from back to the 21 after the flag, and Terry Love caught it and brings it out to the 35-yard line. He's a redshirt freshman out of Illinois. Sat out all of 2003 with a knee injury. Hamstring slowed his progress this year, but he came up with a 9-catch game a couple of weeks ago.
Woodley came on a blitz. Michigan State picked it up, and they got it out of there in a hurry. Stanton read the blitz, and he threw it out quickly and got the first.
DeAndre Cobb has come back into the Michigan State lineup as the man who brought 72 yards on the last drive. Andrew Stanton stands in, finds Eric Nunn over the middle across the 45, and the big tight end who was in the doghouse a couple of weeks ago, to the point that he did not play in the game against Illinois, had 2 touchdown receptions against Minnesota, 21-yard catch there.
Don't fool yourself. This is a high-scoring attack. They've scored 89 points in the last 2 games Michigan State has. Now they're getting everybody involved. We've seen Cobb make a catch. Now all of a sudden here comes your tight end Knott over the middle. He's a big target at 6'3", 250. They spread the wealth, and they spread the field. Now they come in tight.
Aaron Alexander in motion. Stanton rolls Watson throws incomplete, intended for Agim Shabai. They went to the same high school. Guys, this team, Michigan State, was kind of wallowing a little bit after they lost to Notre Dame. They were 1-2, and they had quarterback issues. Go back, Damon Dowdell started the first game for John L. Smith. Then Stephen Reeves, a freshman, came in, started the second and third game. But Stanton took over during that third game, and he has really changed the whole outlook of the season.
He's a natural leader, and he's a tough guy. He's a linebacker in a quarterback's uniform, and the team has responded to that. He runs the ball well, but as you see today, he also throws it very well. He's a multiple talented quarterback.
Hasn't run yet, but you can expect one soon.
Second and 10. He's mobile, so he gets out there, and there he goes, boys. Pumps the throw and took it right to the first down line.
Right on cue.
At the 33-yard line. You know, he would have been the starting quarterback at the very beginning of the season if not for what happened in the bowl game last year. He hurt his knee playing special teams. John L. Smith criticized a lot for that. But that linebacker mentality is part of the story. He desperately wanted to be on the field all year.
Oh, there's no question about it. His recovery process, I think that even was quicker than a lot of people had anticipated. I mean, you're right. They were 1-2 when he came back. They're 3-1 since he's become the starter. And, I mean, there's no question he is the linchpin of this offense.
Well, he didn't just play on specialty teams. He led the team in tackles on special teams. He's a tough kid.
From the 32, they beat the option down the line. Michigan didn't go for it, but Stanton takes off and takes it to the 27-yard line. Pick up about 5 yards there. Guys, I was there in San Antonio doing the game on ESPN against Nebraska.
Mike, so far, Michigan State has punched Michigan in the mouth. They know they can play with them. What they have to avoid, penalties and turnovers.
Punch is right, Tim. 137 yards of offense so far. And a designed run with Stanton takes it to the 25-yard line. And we talked to him yesterday, and the neat part of this game for him, he went to high school a half hour from here. He knows all about the rivalry, and he bleeds green. So this game is really personal. He's been looking forward to this his whole career.
I think, you know, his dad was a graduate of Mississippi State. Michigan State. Gaylord, his father, raised all of his children to be Michigan State fans. He's dreamed of being the quarterback that beats Michigan air holler since he was a small kid.
Well, if he's going to have to pick up first downs on third and shorts.
Third and 3, needing to get to the 22. Option, shovel pass to Shabai. First down to the 19-yard line. I told you Stanton went to high school a half hour from here up in Farmington Hills. That was his teammate, Agim Shabai. As a matter of fact, Shabai was the quarterback, and then when Stanton came, Shabai moved out to receiver.
Tell you, this play is well designed. This is the old, here's your receiver right here, and he's going to come right there, and it's the little shuffle pass. They used to call it the Ute pass, Lee Gross Cup, and here you go, boom. Now, if he drops that ball, no harm, no foul. It's incomplete, but they pick up the first down, well-designed play, and well executed.
It's the reverse option. It's the inside option, actually.
From the 18, play action, and underneath it's not the tight end.
How about that catch?
He's pushed down at the 9. This guy has great hands, great ability. For a variety of reasons, it hasn't come all together, and maybe that little doghouse stay has brought it together.
Great hands. He's got great hips, too. He caught that ball on his hip. Watch this. Here's the pass. Here's the ball. Now the ball's down on his hip. Oh, that's a great athlete that could do that. Watch this. Boop, boop, boop. Where is it? Bring it back.
Not to be denied.
6'3", 250, and runs like a scat back.
Second and 2 for the first down, 10 for the touchdown. Good-looking drive, and J.U. Kilpatrick, the marker's down after he picked up the first down at the 5. It's right usually in that holding spot. And that big, massive nose tackle for Michigan, Gabe Watson, was submerged in white jerseys.
See if they say number 76 is the guilty one. He's the biggest, strongest, stingiest offensive lineman out there, William Whitaker.
Holding on the offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Second down.
If I had to block Gabe Watson, I'd hold him every now and then, too. But the straightforward play, you know, Michigan's got a great defense, a strong defense. If you line them up there, you look at John L. Smith there.
He's hot.
Yeah, he is hot. I mean, like right down, you get in the red zone, you get that call. They say you can get a holding call on every play. The coach hates to see it once you're down in the red zone.
You watch Watson on that nose. He's 330, and he's dropped about 50 pounds to get there. Held out there, reversing the hands of Alexander, who throws it. Incomplete, marker down. Good call. Grant Mason was right in the face of the freshman Terry Love and made contact with him.
You know what that is, Mike? That's your bye week right there. That's your bye week. A couple of new wrinkles put in for Michigan. So you run that halfback option pass, let the halfback throw it, and now they get the pass interference.
Pass interference on a defense. Number 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
If you look right here, he gets behind the defender a little bit. He's kind of losing sight of where he wants to make sure he just gets back to him. And you got to let him alone. Tried to get back his eyes to the ball.
Tell you what, though, Grant Mason's looking back. He's making a play on the ball.
I still say that backhand. He's got that back left hand that we talked about earlier.
Got a backhanded comment?
Backhanded comment sitting there on his belly.
First and goal from the 5. They come out with a spread. 5 receivers, no backs. Will they run Stanton down here? They will. Designed to run for the quarterback. Takes it to the goal line.
Oh, they're
Just
not going to give it to him.
Just shot. Jacob Stewart saves him from a touchdown for the moment.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, and if you want to see what kind of tough guy this quarterback is, Drew Stanton, watch the way he runs this ball. He doesn't just get on the ground. He takes his head and his shoulder, and he drives it into the defensive player right here, just like a fullback or a tailback right here. This is where he's no longer a quarterback. He's a running back. He sees that goal line. He stretches in there.
Boy,
I'd give him 6.
I would, too.
Of course, replay is available. Jim Augustin, the technical advisor, saw that review, and he buzzes the referee.
Thank you.
And the 4 officials on the field who have buzzers, and the play is being reviewed.
Now, here's the key, fellas. There must be indisputable video evidence for a call to be changed.
That's like absolute certainty or without a reasonable doubt or all the trying to think of all the legal terms.
Well, Lloyd Carr and the Michigan fans who've watched the last few games have seen plenty of it. Last week, a Michael Hart first quarter touchdown was ruled similarly down just shy of the goal line. They reviewed it and made the correct call a touchdown.
Well, they're going to use our replays, so let the replays begin. Now watch Drew Stanton and watch his knees. Inside the 5, knees still up. He dives forward. The ball's across. I've got to give him the touchdown.
The tech advisor has a TiVo-like unit. He can slow down the replays as much as he wants.
The call in the field stands. It's going to be second down.
So he saw the replay. He saw the telestrator.
It's that video certainty that you talked about. There was no certainty as to it was a touchdown.
And thus far this year, in 37 games, less than 1 play per game has been reviewed, and about half are overturned. And considering how close these calls are, that's a credit to the Big Ten officials that they do a good job with the live play. Second and goal, Michigan State goes just with 1 back here, and it's Jason Teague, not their biggest back, the freshman J.U. culprit.
You know, Mike, I'm a big proponent of the quarterback sneak when you're down this close, especially when you got a quarterback like Stanton who's 6'3", 225 and tough.
Tight end not in motion, lost the handle on it, got it back, and lost 4 yards. Wow. So a drive where everything has gone perfect for Michigan State. You get a snap there that's lost and sends it back. And you wonder, guys, if the game didn't slow down for the replay stoppage, if that momentum keeps going, you don't have a play happens like this.
But this is another reason why I agree with Timmy. You want a quarterback sneak. He's reversing it out to hand the ball off to somebody else. The quarterback sneak, it's less than the distance of the ball right here. He opens up, and again, that shouldn't happen.
He was pulling out instead of going forward. Just goosing and following.
They spread it 5 wide, no back, 3rd and goal from the 5. Designed to run, Stanton, keeping, scoring, touchdown. I think he feels better about it now.
No question. How about this drive? 4 for 5, 52 yards through the air, and 26 yards running. How about that by Drew Stanton?
They had a shot at him in the backfield, but you see the powerful legs that he has right here. No, watch the quarterback. They've got a shot at him. He breaks the tackle, and it's not going to be denied as he runs at that goal line.
Ryan Mundy was the man, the free safety tip.
What a start he has today. 4 for 5, 52 yards, and 26 yards rushing. He is some player.
Dave Rayner's last extra point skimmed the upright on the way in. This one, much better. Quite the start here, guys. Michigan went 3 and out. Since then, we've had 2 80-yard touchdown drives and a 79-yarder here for the Spartans.
Mike, one of the adjustments you have to make for Michigan is you've got to treat Stanton now like a running back. So you've got to assign somebody to him. That takes somebody else out of coverage, and that causes problems.
7, Michigan State on top. DeAndre Cobb a 72-yard run. Drew Stanton a 5-yard run, both ending near 80-yard drives. And Stanton, the sophomore quarterback, worst field position of the afternoon. J.U. Koprick now in the game. And the freshman running back strung out. Marlon Jackson started the chase. Lamar Woodley wraps him up. That sophomore out of Saginaw, Michigan, is something special. And Woodley talked about how important this game is for a kid from Saginaw, because that's right near East Lansing. Rivalry games take on a life all their own. You played in them, and you played in and coached. You got to be careful about how your team comes out in these games.
Yeah, you can be way overexcited. The energy level too high, and there's always something that's put in that's a little bit different. No huddle, special plays. It's always, you're going to see something. The key is don't get too excited. Don't panic when you get behind. If you're supposed to be ahead, it's going to be 60 minutes.
Emotion sometimes gets in the way of concentration. Good call.
Stanton throw to knock the tight end. Beautiful move in the open field. Ryan Mundy was hanging on for dear life, about 3 yards shy of the first down. Mundy's sophomore out of Pennsylvania, wearing the old number, Jeremy LeSueur.
Mike, one of the adjustments we're starting to see already is number 25 to the left of your screen is starting to act as a robber or a spy. He's keeping an eye on the quarterback, Stanton. He's going to just one-on-one him all day. And he wants to prevent him from running, and he says, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to do it through the air by throwing.
But when you get them to go to the robber, that means you're winning part of the game.
Right.
Oh, there's no question, because now you're taking a guy out of coverage.
Option run, Stanton into the secondary to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 19 yards and a first down.
You know what we were just talking about? We were talking about number 25, Ernest Shazer, being the spy or the robber and just taking the quarterback. Well, I want to tell you something. Jason Randall, number 81, the tight end, he gets a block on here. How about that block, folks?
Well, Prescott Burgess, he was the linebacker that time who overran the play, and Stanton did a great job cutting back and making the play.
What a great show from this Michigan State offense in the early going. A first down run with Jason Teague carrying Michigan players McClintock and Mundy into the secondary across midfield. It's 19 and 17 on back-to-back runs for the Spartans.
First down is so important. If Michigan State can control first down plays, and here's a straight isolation play. Instead of wrap around by the guard, a G-scheme pull.
A what?
Whether you pull the G around or the wrap around, you know what I'm talking about, the old G-scheme. Hang with me, will you?
You know, that's the way they used to talk to mules in West Virginia. G and home. That's right and left. No, isn't it?
Anyway, it was a very good first down call.
Just kidding. I know.
From the 48, Stanton looking downfield. Running by the other tight end, Jason Randall, to the 20-yard line. And Michigan State is shredding Michigan's defense almost 200 yards in the first 19 minutes.
Now they're doing it with a tight end, Mike. They've done it with 5 wides. They've spread the field. They've gone to ace formation and empty. Nobody in the backfield. Now they bring in their tight end. And first, Randall got the key block on Shazer. Now he runs that little post pattern, skinny post, and they hit him.
But isn't that because the quarterback can run and change what you want to do? Yeah. That's why this guy's made such a difference. Ability and his attitude. He proved in the Iowa game he can put it in the air, threw over 50 times. Option keeping Stanton. First and goal. Sparty's all fired up at the 4-yard line.
Again, take a look at the inside linebacker position as we go over this play again. The onside linebacker is either going to take the quarterback or scrape. Watch the hole there as number 42 scrapes to the outside. You're seeing the play. He takes the pitch away. Nobody has the quarterback. This is something they've got to get worked out on the bench. Call timeout, get it worked out. But it's cost him twice, and it's made this drive go.
And a quick toss on the run. It's DeAndre Cobb who is smacked in the mouth at the 2. Look at Gabe Watson. Huge run over there. Well, Michigan, if they fall behind by 2 scores, might have to get away from what they want to do and trying to go ahead 2 touchdowns. Well, running back's DeAndre Cobb. Stanton keeping. Stopped at the 1. Scott McClintock, that inside linebacker spot, came in and read the play.
It's a tough play to run the option. You need a little space to run the option. There's no space down there, especially if they're in a goal line defense. They're penetrating and establishing a new line of scrimmage. And if you watch this, he's coming right at you. Look, they've already now closed down the gap. They had containment, forced him back into where all the bodies were. Very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how much he wanted to pitch that ball. He was looking for the first crease to get up in there. Defense did a great job that time. You got to get some, just played better on defense than they did on offense.
3rd and goal. 2 yards from a touchdown of the half. Quick toss. DeAndre Cobb. A lot of blue shirts. Not going to get there. Lamar Woodley again.
One of the nation's top recruits. The last year he lived up to his hype. He's best as a pass rusher, but I'm telling you, coming upfield, he's been fantastic. Watch the top of your screen and watch how he levels up, takes on the blocker, stays square, forces the runner back inside, and makes the tackle. Coach, it doesn't get any better than that.
He did everything right. Got his hands low to the ball, played off the blocker well, forced the runner back in, made the tackle himself. And really, this is critical because they have some real defensive adjustments to make when they get to the sideline.
Into the wind, Rayner from 22 and a tough angle. Bangs it through. Very good kicker. Lloyd Carr said Michigan State is the best pair of kickers in the country. It's an interesting place that they added that second deck onto. There's talk about expansion at some point, especially when Texas A&M said, see that last week? Texas A&M said, we could go up to 110, 113, 115, maybe 120,000.
It's the arms race.
Yeah, well, Michigan said, we got a few places we can put some more stuff and get it back up there.
I guarantee you that'll happen.
Steve Breston, Grant Mason back deep. First chance to return a kick. Tough to catch. Breston tightrope the sideline to stay in bounds. A nice job to get some space to run. And he's brought down at the 20-yard line. And we'll see what Michigan does here, guys, on offense. Back-to-back 3-and-outs. From the 22, a first down pass by the freshman Chad Henne. Underneath Massaquoi, almost intercepted. It was behind Massaquoi, and the Spartans closing with David Herron and Jaron Hayes, along with Jason Harmon, all surrounding the ball.
And the more they throw the ball on first down, the more they put the pressure on Chad Henne. They're freshmen. They feel good about it. But he's had about 3 passes that have just been a little bit off, and that's 3 first downs that go to second and long, puts the defense in charge of the series.
Second and 10, second straight throw. He's missed his last 3. Michael Hart out of the backfield. Try to make that becoming patented hop to the right and accelerate. The time he slipped and fell. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Mike, let me show you what they're doing. They're going 2 deep, 5 under in this defense. Here's your safety. Here's your safety, okay? Now keep that in mind because then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys here that are playing defense. They either go man or they go zone. This time they're in a zone, keeping everything in front of them. You get 3 defenders around the ball once it's caught underneath.
Chad Henne ends up throwing a ball that really doesn't help him much on second and 10.
Exactly.
And now it's 3rd and 10. They show a blitz off the top. They bring it, and he's hit and brought down by Ronald Stanley. The captain, one of the rare multi-year captains in Michigan State football history. A 4-year starter with a high grade point average. Picks up his 2nd sack of the year.
You know what's amazing as you watch 44 here in the middle of your screen coming on a blitz? The coaches told us yesterday the last 3 or 4 weeks he's improved tremendously, and he has become their big play guy. Well, folks, he just made a big play for the Spartans.
Finley had a long punt last time, a punt block early. This one away, did his best kick. Bounce out of bounds, and the Spartans get good field position.
More of the action when we return to Michigan versus Michigan State, October 30th, 2004.
With their friends.
1st and 10. Here's the option to go right to it. Why not? It's been working. Drew Stanton, who has another first down at the 42.
I mean, this is the same option where they ran last time, but now the linebacker protects the inside gap, and Drew Stanton just takes it to the outside. It seems to me he's making a better adjustment. 1 step ahead of the defense. Right here, the linebacker sits a little tighter inside. He just gets to the outside. The last 2 times you remember, he cut back into the off-tackle gap for huge runs.
What a game he's having. Stanton 9 for 11, 91 yards throwing, Now he's got 10 carries, and he's over 66 yards.
You saw number 50 there. That play, Jeremy Van Alsten, guy who tore up his knee in the spring, was going to be a starting defensive lineman, thought to be out for the year, has come back the last couple of games. Stanton's pass to Terry Love. Redshirt freshman is really becoming a much better weapon here, and they'll have third and a long 5 or maybe 6 coming up. That's the beauty of getting Love back to health in a game Shabai. They can now run that 5 wide with a little more potency.
But he's just spreading the ball around. He's getting everybody involved. They're showing Michigan a lot of different looks, a lot of different type plays, and it's causing all kinds of problems. Wolverines right now are on their heels. Heads are on their swivels. They're just trying to find out which way the ball's going to go.
And it always starts with first down. If you win first down, you got the defense on a disadvantage. 2nd and 5 now.
Play action with Stanton, looking for a man to break free. Comes back to the next level, and it's incomplete. For a second, he thought he might have Kyle Brown. DeAndre Cobb, the lone setback. Let's see if they heat up Stanton. Pitch to Cobb. Hits the hole. First down and more. DeAndre Cobb, but a marker comes down at the 15-yard line. Maybe that hole was hit because somebody had a little too much Michigan defender in his hands.
Yeah, Lawrence Reed said he was tackled.
Reed, 42, the Michigan linebacker. But DeAndre Cobb does have that next gear. He hits it hard, doesn't he?
Legal block in the back on the offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still third down.
Stephon Wheeler, and this is multiple times now, guys. Obviously, they help make the big plays happen. Look at the total yards for the Spartans. 158 on a Michigan rush defense that is best in the Big Ten. Third and long, Stanton takes off, and he's brought down at the 38-yard line. It's going to be 7 yards shy. From here, it's a 55-yard field goal. Remember, it's into the wind, so they'll bring out their very good punter, Fields, and try to get him inside the 10.
I'll tell you, the way the defense of Michigan State has been playing, I think maybe you're in a 4-down area here. Try to take a shot and get it down, take a chance of getting that first down, and if you have to give it up, you give it up, you know, not too bad a territory.
Brandon Fields from about an hour and 15-minute drive from here, Toledo, Ohio, right down I-75.
I know you don't agree with me.
No, I'd much rather push him down here, maybe kick it inside the 10. Let's see if he can do it inside the 10 kick.
That's totally on purpose. It looked bad. It's on purpose, but Preston's glad he has a chance. From the 15, he's pulled down at the 21-yard line.
Mike, that's just about a gain of 15 yards. That's all that is from where they were.
I would have said if he kicks it into the end zone or he does that, then it really isn't.
It's better go for it.
I know it was intended, but it wasn't very
Mike,
good.
I got him on my side.
It wasn't very good.
Matt Walters with the special team tackle there for Michigan State. 3 weeks ago, talking about Kyle Orton's Heisman hopes in the 4th quarter against Wisconsin. Orton was pulled from the game today. Michael Hart carries left side into the secondary and out to the 39-yard line. Nice pickup there. Roderick Maples made the tackle as Hart gains 17.
Great explosion straight ahead. But the problem is they haven't been passing to support this. All right, great hole. Lead blocker gets a hat on the linebacker, and then he explodes. Secondary has to make it. But the key to me, Coach, is the fact that Henne now, 1 of just 4, 1 yard, his last 5 passes.
No, they've got to continue to have plays like that. They should run again on first down. A lot of success on that first down. Get some success on these first downs. And try to continue. They've got to get success on first down.
But you've got to be able to throw to do that.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying what happened is you don't want to have him throw every time on first down. If you get some first, second, and 5s, you give a quarterback some easier throws, and you don't give him that when you get a 2nd and 10 coming up like you do right there, where you're having to throw on every first down.
I understand that. The Michigan State defense right now is not even worried about the pass. They're just loading the box because he's just 1 for 5, 1 yard.
Well, that's what you want to run and pass about 50% on first down. He's got to make the successful runs when they do run to give you better second down plays. Now you got a 2nd 10. Good screen down right here for Michigan. They love screening to a guy like Michael Hart.
And Henne will throw, rolls the pocket to get some time to throw behind Massaquoi, the tight end, for the 2nd time in as many possessions. The tight end position has emerged over the last couple of games. Massaquoi, a former receiver, and Tyler Eckert, who was away 2 years on a Mormon mission. They've both really hit their stride, but they've misconnected twice here today.
Spartans are saying, hey, we're going to stop the run. Right. It might get a couple, 1 or 2 big bursts. We're going to stop the run, and we're going to make Henne beat us. And right now, Henne's 1 for his last 5 now, 1 yard.
Good job by that man, Chris Smeeland, the defensive coordinator. 11 years He's been on John L. Smith's staff going back to Louisville before this stop, and prior to that at Utah State. 3rd and 11. The Wolverines need to get to midfield to avoid a 4th straight 3rd and out. Pressure. Henny hit. How do you hold on to the ball? He went down. Eventually, David Herron finally got him after Clifton Ryan came in and got the first piece to the freshman quarterback. 4 straight 3 and outs.
All week long, Clifton Ryan said, one of my best friends is Michigan linebacker Lamar Woodley. And we won't play against each other because we're both defense. But we're going to see who has the most big plays. Well, Clifton Ryan, bam, that is a big play.
And it's not 4 straight 3 and outs. My mistake. They picked up the first down on Hart's first run. But it feels like a 3 and out.
Yes, it does.
But they're not getting anything done.
I'm with you, partner.
Thank you.
Whatever you just
Cover
said.
me. Again, Shabai going to try to make the catch. They roughed the kicker that time. Shabai put a hand on the ball and almost turned it over. But the most important part is the flag back at the kicker. Nobody touched that ball. And this running into the kicker penalty. 5 roughing is going to stand.
Was at 5 yards, still won't give him the first. You're right. In this wind, that ball, what'd you say, like a Wakefield knuckleball?
It's like a Wakefield knuckleballer, you know. Remember Veritek? He couldn't hardly catch it. They couldn't hardly use him as a catcher in the World Series.
It worked out for them okay, though.
No, it did. It did work out.
The 5 million people in Boston celebrating the championship today. Lloyd Carr says, give me the ball way down there. Michigan State's at the 20. No reason to mess around with another punt situation.
No.
Again, 5 yards, no automatic first down.
Into the kicker on a defense, number 15. The penalty is going to be declined. First down.
And Timmy, you're right. There, Chad Henne is having a tough time. Let's watch this punt as he gets it off here.
See how he's blocked into him. That's why they call running into the kicker.
Right, because blocked in, people say, well, that shouldn't be a foul against the other team, but it is. However, he didn't go to rough.
But you talked about Chad Henne not having success. Michigan State's doing a great job of changing and changing up their secondary coverages and really keeping him off balance. He doesn't know where to throw, and he's getting caught and sacked in the backfield. You've got to give Michigan State's defense a good job. He's not seeing the same coverage any 2 plays in a row.
Meantime, guys, the Spartans, with a good drive here, will be on their way to a 300-yard first half against a Michigan team that only gives up 275 a game. Keep Colquitt to carry for 2.
Mike, you make a great point, but here's why Michigan's got to feel pretty good. Because Michigan State's gotten all that yardage, all that time of possession, moved the ball. They only have 17 points. They should have somewhere in the 20s at least.
Yeah.
Looks like Michigan came to take a timeout here with 3.5 to go. Try to preserve some time for a drive here at the back end of this first half.
Series here, 3:26 left in the first half. If Michigan hold them right here and get the ball back.
J.U. Colquitt stopped. Another quick timeout, Terry.
Well, exactly right. And you're running that right into the strength of this Michigan defense, or the size of this Michigan defense. They're so physical up front.
Gabe Watson and Pat Massey up there on the stop. Massey, a 6'8" guy who's kind of grown into his body. Watson, who's dropped 50 pounds on that defensive front.
Larry Harrison also. They call it a defensive end tackle, but in the old days we call that nose guard tackle. They don't like to be called that. It's an old 50 defense, but they call it like a 3-5 or 3-4, where they use two outside backers, 2 inside backers.
Well, before third down, guys, a reminder that Monday night we have a team that finally won one, and a team that finally lost one. The Jets only 1 loss, the Dolphins 1 win. We'll see what happens when Jason Taylor in Miami visit Chad Pennington and the Jets. Monday Night Football. Al Michaels, John Madden, and Michelle Tafoya, 9 Eastern on ABC from the Meadowlands in New Jersey.
Edwards loses that 1 game, and the fans got all over him. And he got all over the writers saying, what are you talking about? You don't know my players.
Herm Edwards has gotten on that New York media before. Kind of a quiet crowd. The student section off to our left. And they'll be making noise before this third down. Listen to it.
They understand football here, I'll tell you that.
They know the importance of this play right here and how they're going to end this half.
Option to the near side. Stanton keeping and brought down at the 27-yard line by Lamar Woodley. And Michigan uses all 3 of its timeouts there on the Michigan State. Stanton's hurt.
This is not good.
No.
And it's his throwing arm.
Wow. Lamar Woodley brought him down hard. And Drew Stanton, who you've seen has changed everything this team can do on offense, is on the turf.
This play has everything to do with the way this game goes. An option play on 3rd and long. Watch this. It's an option play on 3rd and long. Woodley brings him down right at the shoulder. You got to think possibly separated shoulder, possibly bruised shoulder, but he's definitely in pain, and he's a tough guy, folks.
Yeah.
This is no pretty boy at quarterback. This is a linebacker type.
Lamar Woodley is 6'2", 263 pounds, coming with a lot of momentum, so he was like a missile, and it came right down on that right shoulder. Just watch the impact on the right shoulder. Right here. Wow.
Well, and this is how important Drew Stanton is. That's a long yardage play. He's able to run an option on a pass down, almost made it, but that's why they're having a hard time playing man coverage, because their cornerbacks turn their back and the quarterback makes all this time. But I'm telling you something, they need to get to this half now and hopefully get him okay.
Take him right up there. Damon Dowdell and Stephen Reeves are the other 2 quarterbacks. Dowdell from Henry Ford High School in Detroit. He's got a ball and warming up. Stephen Reeves still wearing a headset. We'll see what they do. In the interim, Steve Preston back to receive. Fields a low punt to try to avoid the return. He hit him great in warm-ups and has hit him poorly here when it counts. Just a 24-yard kick out at the 45. And John L. Smith sitting here saying, what happened in the last minute?
No question, and I would be surprised if Michigan doesn't come away with some points here.
We'll be back with Michigan versus Michigan State, October 30th, 2004, after this timeout.
The 2013 season is almost here, and to get you ready, we're bringing you the best gridiron moments in our library. You'll see classic games and amazing individual accomplishments. Don't miss an entire
Michigan State 44. And guys, just as the sun has gone behind the stadium and it's gotten a little bit colder, the whole feel of this game changed right about the same time. The timeouts to use the clock, the injury to Stanton, Hart's over 100 yards, he has 107.
But Henne still has to complete some passes.
Right, it'll come down to that. I've been waiting for a second short, but both first down runs have gone for first downs, and now you'd think they're going to run again on first down because they had success that down.
4 numbers for Henne. Let's see if it changes here. That throw's caught by Jason Avant out to the 33-yard line. It's another first down. Back-to-back 11-yard pickups and plenty of time for Michigan. They have no timeouts, but 2:39 to go.
But Henne's getting them up to the line quickly because they've got momentum. Absolutely. He wants to keep the defense on its heels. For the first time, he's got an advantage offensively.
Time to throw, a lane to throw. Braylon Edwards came to get the ball. Wants to make a play. Took it to the 23. Very close to a first down. You can see the frustration. Edwards thrilled to get his hands on the ball. That's 3 straight 11-yard pickups.
Edwards going after his 3rd straight 1,000-yard receiving year.
1st and 10 pass, 1st and run, 1st and 10 pass, 1st and 10 pass. That's the type of changeup you've got to have.
And I think Michigan had a little motion there.
Prior to the snap, ball start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty from previous spot. Still first down.
Matt Lentz, right guard. Susie Schuster.
Well, Mike, it's looking grim for Drew Stanton. The trainers went right by the training table, took him back to the locker room. They're examining him there.
Okay, yeah, they didn't waste any time, try to get as much time to look at, but it didn't look good.
Avant at the bottom of the screen. You got Edwards at the top.
Chad Henne flushed, hit, sack. Michigan State putting a pretty good rush on here, and Clifton Ryan gets in there again. The workhorse from Saginaw drops him back to the 36.
That's a coverage sack there. 2 deep, man under coverage. They had a guy on everyone. Nobody open. Again, Chad's got to get used to throwing that ball away when nobody's open.
2nd and 24 now. Streams. Michael Hart over his head.
But again, it was Ryan that caused the incompletion. He was coming on a bull rush, and he was getting to Henne. Henne felt him and rushed his throw.
Quite a quarter here for the sophomore Out of Arthur Hales High School over in Saginaw.
And you think about that sack now, you're on the 36-yard line now, 46, 51-yard punt. You really got on the 26-yard, 36-yard line, 46. And so it's third down, so now you've got to make up some distance because now you were on the 22 when the series started.
They just changed up their front four. Ryan and McKinney and those guys went out. They brought in a whole new group.
They rolled them. They brought Ashton Watson in, the defensive secondary, for coverage. Third down, they need to get to the 12 to keep the drive alive. Penny deep drop to the middle for Edwards, who makes a spin and a move, but he's 5 yards shy. So from the 17, it'll be about a 35-yard field goal. That man who came in, Ashton Watson out of Ohio, made the tackle. And here comes the field goal unit.
How about that throw? That thing was a frozen rope.
I tell you, he's only got one speed. It's called rocket speed.
Wow.
You don't get your eyes on the ball.
I want you to watch the holder here, guys. Adam Finley. We mentioned it earlier. Matt Gutierrez, who was supposed to be the starting quarterback, hurt his shoulder the week before the opener. He was the holder all the way through until this point. He had shoulder surgery, which was successful this week. But the first game holding for Finley, the punter. Revis will try from 34 yards. Game winner against Purdue last week. Also had one block. Able to make that one. DeAndre Cobb back deep to receive. They kick to the man who has taken 4 back in his career. He's going to take a knee here. Back at the 20.
Well, Michigan got...
And for what you said, too, Tim, momentum. We really felt like that avalanche was going to happen. So Damon Dowdell, and he's going to take a knee here and then a second knee and get out of here before halftime. Well, this is going to be an interesting second-half story. Dowdell, as I mentioned, Henry Ford High School here in Detroit, started the opener, started 6 times in 2002, played very little in 2003, and a lot of people thought he should have been the quarterback when they were going through the growing pains of redshirt freshman Stephen Reeves. He didn't play well against Rutgers, and honestly, I think most people thought Damon Dowdell had seen his last snaps at quarterback. Now he's going to have a second half to make a huge memory right here in his hometown.
Mike, one of the things you've got to believe, and Coach, you back me up if I'm wrong, but you look at Reeves, you look at Dowdell. Dowdell's a senior, Reeves a freshman. Rival game, 100-some thousand. You want your senior.
Well, and the evolution of this offense, if you're going to run your quarterback, you better have 2 quarterbacks ready to play. He's a tailback. You play 2 or 3 tailbacks, you better start having 2 quarterbacks that can run if they're going to be your runners.
Well, it certainly changes the complexion of the second half a lot. The big hit by Lamar Woodley, very legal, brought him down.
More of the Big Ten's greatest games after this timeout.
Hits the up man, recovered at the 30 by the Michigan State running back, Jason Teague, who took it over to the 33. All right, the update on Stanton. Let's go down to Susie Schuster.
Well, Mike, I spoke to John L. Smith. He said that it is indeed a strained shoulder. It's not a separated shoulder, but a strained shoulder. He will be out for the day. I said to him, Coach, how does that change things? He said it doesn't change anything at all, and almost deliriously, he screamed, we just got to go out there and play.
Well, that's vintage John L., but
it changes things.
It changes everything. You know, he had 80 yards rushing, 95 passing, 10 of 13. He threw to 6 receivers.
Damon Dowdell fakes the throw, keeps it, gets over the 40, and gets a first down out at the 44-yard line.
And now they've got Damon Dowdell, and the key is do what he does well, not what Stanton does well. He won't be able to run every play exactly. They've got to now take this offense. They do have to change things. They have to run what Dowdell runs well, or if they go to Stephen Reeves, do what he does well. You have to adjust their offense because this guy is starting because he's a difference maker right here, Drew Stanton. Now you got to do what the other quarterbacks do well.
That was a pretty impressive play there, though. State's got good field position here.
A couple of things. He does have ability. He does have starts in his career. So he's not totally green. DeAndre Cobb with the carry into the middle of the line. You have to remember that when Dowdell was brought in, it was Bobby Williams' staff. It was the past staff. It was a different offense. And the feeling from this staff was, one, you want to go with a young guy when you're a new staff if you have equal talent. And they felt Dowdell did not grasp this system as well as the other quarterbacks.
You know, his scrambling ability that we saw in the first play would suggest that he has the athleticism to run this game plan, the specific game plan that was put in for Drew Stanton.
3rd and short, and they are able to come very close to, from here, pick up the first down. It has been a good spin through all 3 backs with Jason Teague, DeAndre Cobb, and J.U. Colquitt thus far in the first half. Haven't seen a spot come down yet from the line judge, but as they umpile them, they'll move the chains for a Michigan State first down.
Really got the feeling at halftime, listening to all the people in this stadium, that they felt that this second half would be a reversal of the first half. Momentum had changed. Michigan was back in it. They had this thing figured out, and Stanton, your quarterback, is now gone. But so far, here's State now with good field position, another first down. This is a very, very important drive for Dowdell.
From the 44, direct snap and a whistle as Dowdell was set to pitch it with Lamar Woodley closing in. Woodley, who's hit and knocked out Drew Stanton.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Go first down.
They're giving up 275 per game on the year. Just trying to get the clock reset after that flag. And they're all set back at 13:55. Second game against Michigan. John L. Smith trying to get that 64-mile-away measuring stick. The winningest program in the history of the sport on his side. Dowdell, deep ball, well covered, incomplete. Agim Shabbat is the intended receiver, and a flag comes in on Marlon Jackson. It came in late, but Purdue folks complained all game Saturday and all week this week about Jackson and his coverage. Jackson should have gotten a flag there for taking his helmet off. You're not allowed to do that, no matter how upset you are.
This came in from the back judge, not the side judge.
On a defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
And Lloyd's not happy about it. Slot receiver, middle, takes the outside route. There's a lot of pushing and shoving, and that's what they were looking at right there. Not the end of the play, but it was after 10 yards, it was the bumping and grinding that was taking place.
Marlon had 2 pass interferences last week. You know, he did such a great job against Stubblefield for Purdue, holding him to 1 catch. But he also had 2 holding plays early in the game, doing exactly the same thing, guarding a little too close with his hands.
Oh, you got to be aggressive, though. He's a shutdown corner. He's a lot like Charles Woodson. That's going to happen.
First down on the flag, 1st and 10. Michigan defense seemed to be aroused by that wake-up call. They're going to give the 3 yards officially on the carry inside.
There is some serious head knocking going on right now.
Poor Teague got bent backwards there. You see that? Rondell Biggs at Lathrop High School over in Southfield, 20 minutes away from here. Hit on that play.
This is a punch in the mouth, see who's standing football game.
We were talking about Keith Jackson at dinner, and your old partner KJ had a great term for this one years ago. He called it the annual ruckus. And that's exactly what it is when these teams get together. It is a ruckus. Another carry for Teague. He gets to the 40-yard line. You know, guys, for Damon Dowdell, remember Jeff Smoker, who came back last year, turned this program around when John L. Smith came in with that offense? Well, Smoker was given a second chance by John L. Smith and the staff after he ran into some substance problems, alcohol problems during his Michigan State days. He had to be suspended in the middle of the 2002 season. When he was suspended, Dowdell was the guy who came in and took over to start the balance of the year, including a very embarrassing loss right in here, 49-7 2 years ago. It was the game that 2 days later Coach Bobby Williams is fired. Screen pass to Trannon, blown up, lead on the play.
Just took too long to develop. Didn't fool the defense at all.
They try that bubble screen. They have not made it work yet. It's a fairly safe pass for the new quarterback as they try to give him a feel, get comfortable here in his first series on the field.
Just that one pass downfield that picked up the pass interference call, but nothing more than that. But now Steve Breston goes back to get the kick. They were low-line drives into the wind by Brandon Fields, only 24 and 27 yards. But he's an excellent kicker. A fake, nope, it's a just roll-out punt that Preston gets on the hop of the 15. And is brought down at the 10-yard line.
That is a terrific play.
Did a lot of that last year.
More of the Big Ten's greatest games after this timeout.
The BTN Big Ten K is back. On July 27th, BTN brings Big Ten fans together for the summer's hottest event in Chicago. Registration is now officially open. Guarantee your spot at btnbig10k.com. The 2013 season is almost here, and to get you ready, we're bringing you the best gridiron moments in our library. You'll see classic games and amazing individual accomplishments. Don't miss an entire day of football, only on BTN.
Miller weaving inside the 5. Touchdown! What a hesitation!
Man, is he good.
Spinning to the bucket, lays it in, a call turn, 6 for the Wildcats.
Will go for the winner.
The fact that he may be faking it, and it freezes everybody for a second, and he kicks on the run, the low kick just to pooch it inside the 20.
Well, it changes the pocket. It changes the block angle for the rushers also, and I've seen several teams that use that as a good changeup. Michigan, in fact, has used it. In fact, used it and got blocked last year using it.
The rugby punt. 1st and 10 from the 13. Chad Henne coming off his worst half of his first season. Michael Hart had another good first half, and he takes it to the 18-yard line. By the way, Hart over 100 yards again just in the first half. That is his 5th game with 100 yards, and he had 99 against Iowa.
You know, most running backs, you say 100 yards, but I think as you look at the snapshot of Michael Hart and you look at his bio, you're going to say, okay, the new standard has been set. Now you're going to say 200 yards. The last 3 games, he's had 200 yards, and he's on his way there today.
You see those 3 high school records. He had 204 touchdowns, 47 100-yard games, and 1,246 points in high school. But nobody ever hit him like Ronald Stanley just hit him. Linebacker from Saginaw just took him off his feet. Now, we saw Maryland for 8 straight quarters, and they hit a 7-iron. They had 161 yards of offense. And they get 20 points on Florida State. This 3rd and tight run, the Michigan State side says, we kept him away from the first down. Had to reach the 24-yard line to get it. Let's see if Michael Hart was hit by David Herron hard enough to keep him shy of it. Check it out on the measurement.
It caused problems. Look out.
From the 23, a first down pass to the far side. Pulled in by Jason Avant. Beautiful catch by an underrated receiver out to the 37-yard line. Avant's going to leave the game here today, go to downtown Detroit, because he's a tenor in the church down in Detroit.
Top of your screen.
He got high on that catch, I promise you. Look at there.
Just a quick out. And Hayes, number 31, was sitting soft. It didn't close on him fast enough.
In the first series, the first half, the first quarter, he missed that same route right there. He overthrew that same route. That's a much improvement.
Quick snap and flag, and Michigan State says Michigan
Right
with the
to the snap. Ball start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. Still first down.
Matt Lentz picking up the flag, the senior from Ortonville, Michigan.
Tell you, the guy we don't see on the field right now defensively for Michigan State is Clifton Ryan, who had a terrific first half.
Ryan out of Saginaw had a couple of pressures on Henne. 1 sack, forced him to give it up quick, and Chris Smealin's defense has provided certainly an uncomfortable pocket for the freshman out of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Michael Hart wrapped up again. Ronald Stanley seems to have just gone radar lock on 20 in Mason Blue. We have 2nd and 13 for the Wolverines. And he has a pocket, has a lane, but nobody open. So Chad takes off and slides down at the 39-yard line. That big head of hair going after him. Seemed like he would slow down on a Paco, but the former junior college man from American Samoa made the tackle.
Now that's traditional Samoan. That's not for Halloween. And that's, I mean, really, I mean, sincerely.
They don't believe in cutting their hair. Is that right, the Montepego?
That's right. Pago in the
I think he's got it
Samoa
permed.
Islands.
To be honest, I think it's permed a little bit.
He's a player.
He sure is.
So many Samoans have been great interior defensive line players over the years. 3rd and 8 for the Wolverines. They need to get to the 47. Who's going to break open? Steve Preston underneath. He has a first down. You know, Steve Preston hasn't been Steve Preston all year. He was an explosive return man last year. His foot surgery, he hasn't looked right all year. Was just getting there, then he hurt his finger. Had a missed game, had a broken finger. It was broken so bad it was pointing 90 degrees the other way.
Snapped in two.
He was back out there just a few days after surgery catching balls, and maybe he's going to start to round into shape for the end of the season.
What he does so well is run after he gets the ball. That's why he's such a good runner with reception, the yak yardage, and also return yardage on kicks and field goals. He's got great speed and running ability.
First down's picked up on this drive, and now a first down play action. Long ball for number 1.
Got to be holding.
Oh, he tackled him.
Oh, my gosh.
Pass was intended for Braylon Edwards, but a penalty's on Michigan.
I mean, Dukes was just pulled down.
Adam Stenovich, the senior left tackle from Wisconsin.
2 points for a takedown, I think, on that one.
Declining it?
Holding on the offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty for previous spot. Still first down.
He's asking if we want to decline it. Please, I don't think so.
Check it at the top of the screen. Right there. Look at it. There's the takedown. There's the 2 points right there. I was just going to praise the offensive line, the last big throw that we had on third down for protecting him. They've been told to protect him or else, because that's the or else.
Man in the middle there is Terry Malone, who coaches the tight ends, is also the offensive coordinator. He's had to do some line shuffling this year. David Boss, the starting center, was a guard for 30 games. That would be Kevin Vickerson on the wrong side of the law.
Watch the ball. The number one thing you teach your defensive linemen, do not listen to a snap count. Watch the ball. The play cannot stop.
Offside. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty for previous spot. Still first down.
He's at a Martin Luther King High School in Detroit, one of 9 Michigan natives on the field right now.
Kevin Vickerson moved on the flinch and jumped across. And you can't afford mental errors. We talked about penalties and turnovers. State can't afford that if they want to win this game.
To the 2 flags have left it to 1st and 15. And it'll be 1st and 10 unless Michael Hart has a good run. He does. He breaks into the secondary. He's still going, and Hart takes it to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 4 yards. Roderick Maples on the tackle, and he was holding on for dear life.
The hard count brought Michigan State across the line again, so that's going to be the flag. Decline it. This was a terrific run. You talk about a guy 5'7". We asked if he was small. They said, I don't know about small, but he's strong, and he was strong on that run.
I think they said
offside on the defense. That penalty refused. Result of the play. First down.
They said he's short, but he's definitely not small. He runs big. He's had over 6 plays of over 25 yards, 6 runs.
There's the jump.
There's the jump.
Now watch 17 Maples. Maples will eventually cut on the tackle, and he started holding him up and trying to swipe the ball and rip the ball. But Hart just kept getting yardage.
Here he goes again, trying to bounce it to the outside. Look at Michael Hart go to the 26-yard line. Pick up a 5. I mentioned all the records he set in high school in the Syracuse, New York area, Onondaga Central High School. Lloyd Carr went there to a great old place called the Dinosaur Barbecue, and he went to meet Michael Hart, who became a legend in the Syracuse area. And Lloyd said he was so impressed with the way the young man handled everybody coming for an autograph. Because when the Michigan coach shows up in Syracuse to sign this big high school star, people stopped and noticed. And he said, I was impressed with the kid's maturity. He's able to handle all the praise he's been getting. And he throws. Braylon Edwards, complete. Lost the football. It's out. Was it recovered in bounds? They're talking about it. Yes, Michigan State ball.
You know what happened, Mike? He recovered it and bounced out of bounds, but he recovered it inbounds, and he had possession before he left the field of play.
Eric Smith comes up with a big play for the Spartan defense as Michigan was gaining momentum.
And Lloyd Carr was right down there to make sure the officials made the right call. But watch this. Here's the catch. Edwards now will get hit from behind. Ball comes out right there. And now watch and see if it's recovered inbounds. Boom. All right, did he have possession inbounds? They ruled yes.
Braylon Edwards, he's a senior. He cannot make this mistake. Great hit by Jaron Hayes right there, and the second hit right there that knocks the ball out.
See how the Wolverines make a memorable comeback next on the Big Ten's greatest games.
All summer long.
Put it in the belly of 21, and DeAndre Cobb has the edge. He's got great speed, folks. DeAndre Cobb may take another one to the house. Big touchdown for the Spartans. 64 yards.
Edwards is 6'3", and Maples, the cornerback's only 5'10".
From the 12, Mike Hart runs to the left side, takes it out to the 8. Gain of 4 on that one. Ronald Stanley made the tackle.
How much of a factor was it that Maples got hurt? They knew he was hurt, and they went after him.
The play he came back on, the very next play. Michigan ran there, not sure what they're doing as they try to get set up and conserve time. Henny out of the gun, throws again to the corner. It is incomplete. Avant sacrificing his body for at least the 4th time trying to catch one of those outs.
I can't get over the arm strength that Henny has. I mean, he's a true freshman playing in high school this time last year. The guy is just unbelievable. Here he is, 8 for 10 this half, 99 yards. You know, up at State College, Pennsylvania, where he verbally committed to play at Penn State.
There's Edwards making the beautiful body adjustment for that play. Again, Maples hurt a little bit, cannot react back.
And guys, with that catch, Edwards passed Anthony Carter on the all-time Michigan receiving yardage list. A huge record, but given the moment, not what anyone is stopping to pay attention to. It's 3rd and 5. They do need a field goal at some point. Henny wants the touchdown, though. He's got to move and try to go run for it. Stopped, and what do you do now, guys? First down is at the 1.5-yard line. Do you get the field goal while you're down here?
You got to get it one time or another.
And they bring the field goal unit out.
You got to get it. You know, it's one of those scores you've got to get. So you can't come away from here without points with 6 minutes and 48 seconds left. You've got to get and take your field goal.
So the punter, Adam Finley, who was holding, as we told you, because Matt Gutierrez had shoulder surgery. Hold for Garrett Rivas, who made one from 34, a must-make from 24 for the young man from Tampa, Florida. And he knocks it through. It's 27-13. And you got to think on the Michigan State side, they're thinking we're going to see an onside or a pooch kick. Try to send out his hands team. He's got a bunch of receivers out there in just-in-case mode.
This all becomes about clock management now, game management by both head coaches, because there's still time to steal this ball game from Michigan, and Michigan State's trying to shorten the game and walk out of here with a win.
Braylon Edwards is on the near side. He's the very bottom of the screen, and Michigan State's pointing him out like he's a safety, because you never know if Michigan might try to pooch it to this side. He would be the guy to go up and get a ball that takes a bounce and a ricochet. Troy Nienberg is the kickoff man. Angle to the right. Rivas, the other kicker's off to the other side, and Rivas kicks it, tries to get the big hop. It's free! Michigan has it! Brian Thompson recovers.
It didn't go 10 yards.
Yes, but it touched the
defense first.
Yes, I think it touched Michigan State
first. How about that?
Well, when you get the ball, you've got to jump out and try to get it. If it's a hop, you want a good high hop instead of a short hop. But that one came right at the defender. Couldn't handle it. Just like you draw it up.
It hit Ryan Woods of Michigan State.
Let's take a look at this. I thought Michigan got down there. This is a great designed onside kick.
Well, he rips right where he's got to hit.
No question about it. Absolutely.
Well. Now, 14-point game. They brought both kickers out. They didn't know which way it was going to go. Henny on first down. Michigan keeps it. They throw a screen to Michael Hart. Got a block. Hart, face mask. See if he's okay, too. That was a really hard hit that pulled him down by David Herron.
Look at the Michigan sideline, Mike, and they believe they're going to win this football game.
Probably going to be a 15-yard face mask.
Yeah, these are unintentional, but you got to let go. When you feel it, you got to let go. You don't intend to ever grab a face mask. The key is to let it go.
Personal foul, major face mask on a defense number 41. 15-yard penalty, and it did end their run. Automatic. First down.
Hart comes off. You see right there how you just twist your body the whole way. And this guy has 27 carries and adds to it the 5 catches. He's touched the ball on 32 of Michigan's 62 plays.
You know, one of your keys this week was stopping Michael Hart. It was the one thing Michigan State could not do. They didn't give up big plays. They didn't turn the ball over, but they did not stop Michael Hart.
So now, guys, Pierre Rembert comes in the game, and we talked about this with the Michigan coaches, Terry Malone specifically. The veteran backs, a sophomore, junior, and senior, all got passed by two freshmen. Rembert's the one who stayed the course the most, and now he plays important time.
Because he's a blocker, a pass blocker.
From the 36, he stays in the block, Timmy, as Henny loads up for Edwards, a jump ball, and it is taken away.
your mismatch, guys. 6'3". You said it, Terry. Let him go up and get it. But what an arm by Henny and a great block by the offensive line to protect it.
Rivas on for the extra point. In 15 seconds, Michigan gets a field goal, recovers an onside kick, and gets Braylon Edwards, the all-time yardage leader in Michigan history, to go up and make a big play.
Edwards making those big plays. They weren't able to get him the ball in the first half. They've now gotten the ball to Braylon Edwards.
From the 47, they run Michael Hart up the middle, bounces to the outside. Michael Hart to the 21, 26 yards. And he's over 200 for the third straight game.
Maybe the smallest guy on the field is making the biggest difference to this team along with Braylon Edwards. Michael Hart. No one's ever done it.
800 yards in the last 4 games. Are you kidding me? This guy is special, folks. He was playing in high school this time last year. Just a little guy, 5'7". But oh, is he strong with a heart of gold. And I mean, he's got a burst.
And it was C or D level high school. He said nobody ever went Division I. Lloyd Carr said he thought he got tackled 3 times in high school.
First and 10 from the 21. Henny puts it up. Edwards for the tying touchdown. He goes up. He got it. Touchdown.
Just add to those numbers for Henny and Edwards. And again, it's a mismatch because Edwards is 6'3", working against a 5'10" corner. A lot of bumping and grinding, but just throw it up. Great strong throw by Henny and a great catch.
Huge kick. Rivas makes it in 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Michigan is gone from down 17 to tie the game. And it's been the big 3. The 2 kids and number 1 who came back for 1 last year.
Well, he didn't wear that 1 jersey for injuries and all. In Michigan language, that's Superman, that number 1 jersey that he's got. That's why he's wearing it. And the great thing about Braylon right here, he does not have to be open. Get him the ball, and he'll jump up and make the catch.
With a score tied at the end of regulation, both teams battle for field position. It's up next on the Big Ten's Greatest Games.
Pick up first downs. It's just the normal rules of football. Michael Hart, the workhorse, into the hole. He takes it to the 21. A gain of 4. That's his 32nd carry of the night down.
There's definitely a strategy in overtime. I've been in several overtimes. It's very important. Oh, that's important now. Michael Hart banged up. Important to get the first down without taking too many risks because you want to make sure you at least have a field goal.
But at the same time, you do not want to play conservatively, especially on defense. 1 play can beat you. You've got to be as aggressive as you've been throughout the game.
Just get your first down so that at least you get is a field goal.
That running back is the true freshman, Max Martin. I haven't seen him on the field yet tonight. From the 21, here comes Edwards on the bubble screen. Braylon Edwards is wrapped up, brought down at the 16. Well snuffed out by the free safety, Jason Harmon.
And Harmon was trying to rip the ball, Mike, and by doing it, Michigan picked up another 1.5 yards.
Michael Hart comes back in, Max Martin back out. I've called his name several times, guys. We talk about the true freshman there and Henny and the true freshman Hart. Their fullback, Kevin Dudley, makes block after block after block, not allowing that first man to make contact on Hart. Keep an eye on the guy in front of him, Dudley, here on 3rd and 2.
Out of the eye. Big formation. They're going after the first down.
Little toss. Braylon Edwards through the block. Didn't get it. Nope, Hart could not get to the corner. Maybe that ankle slowed him down. What a play by Roderick Maples. It's 4th and 1, and Michigan will come on to try a field goal with Garrett Rivas.
Well, Michigan has to decide here whether they want to go for 4th and 1. They've already made the decision to go for the 3. But I'd ask for a measurement. What are they about it? Well, it's a long yard. It's a long yard.
You got to get your 3 here. You got to at least force Michigan State now to at least think about a field goal first, because a field goal here will beat you if you don't get it.
34-yard field goal. Rivas, who seems to always make the big kick, goes through his routine, rehearsing a Bible verse, reminding himself what to do, and knock it through.
But that's a big stop for Michigan State. Touchdown wins it. They know it. Now, Michigan State's got to get that first down.
That's right. Roderick Maples, great stop, open field tackle. Got beat over top Braylon Edwards earlier during regulation.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead to the second overtime session.
Penn State a couple of years ago. Spartans start with it from the 25. Dowdell looks to throw. Looking downfield to Nagin Shabai. Out of the 10-yard line. A kid from Detroit threw to a kid from Farmington Hills. Two Michigan guys on the 15-yard game.
Got to be impressed with Dowdell. He's still showing a lot of poise. He's still throwing in rhythm. Spot comes up a little bit lame there. He's got a flat tire now, but Dowdell's so big, so strong, and he throws the ball very well.
Yeah, and he hit that play on Marlon Jackson. You have to think with all the holding calls on Marlon, he's a little bit leery about grabbing hold or playing his tight in his coverage.
That was a nice first down call, guys, wasn't it?
Excellent.
First and goal. They come bring it to the other running back, Teague, who reverses field, gets down to the 5, pushes the pile forward to the 4. Good job for Jason Teague, because remember, the last series we said DeAndre Cobb had limped off the field.
Mike, that was that same delayed draw, but this time he bounced it outside because there was absolutely nothing there. Michigan was not fooled that time and closed it down quickly.
The last two times, here it is. They run one way, they hand the draw back the other way. This is a nice adjustment by the back. Teague
did a nice job getting away from Roy Manning's initial tackle attempt as well.
How about the Yaks, the yards after contact? Excellent. Took it down inside the 5.
Second and goal. There is Teague following to the right side. Boy, he gets stuck in the hole. Man alive, what a hit.
His forward progress got him down close to the 2, though.
That's Ernest Shazer. He's led the teams in tackles, I believe. He leads the teams in tackles.
Ernest Shazer made the big hit on Purdue's Dorian Bryant last week.
Look at this knock him back.
Look how far down he goes, and look where they mark it. They mark it on about the, where they put it on the 3?
Yep. It was Lawrence Reed who started that hit on the bottom.
There was somebody
Shazer,
right underneath Ernest Shazer who got that hit first. But we used to call those knock 'em backs when you hit them and they go backwards.
Michigan State using its timeout here. Both teams used all their timeouts, but you still don't carry any over from regulation on through to overtime. You get one here in the frame, and the Spartans use it.
It's been a great day of football. I mean, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma right down to the wire. Florida State losing to Maryland. Big upset at Byrd Stadium. Overtime, double overtime here at the Big House.
I tell you, these Michigan fans, vocal cords got a lot of rest in the first half. They're using them now.
Been here a while, too. This is deep past the 4-hour mark now. So the Spartans have third and goal coming up.
Got to believe Cobb's the guy.
They got their big receiver, Matt Trannon, down here to the bottom against Leon Hall. He's got the 7-inch size advantage if they choose to go there.
I think you fake it to him and you roll out.
The running back is Cobb. He has it. He runs to the right, looks for the goal line. And he gets in. Touchdown. Jason Teague.
I think the defense thought they were going to fake it to him also.
Jason Teague with DeAndre Cobb out after he got injured on the last drive, able to pound it in with second effort.
How about the effort by these guys? You see they're getting hit, and they're still getting extra yards. The yards after contact. He was hit at the 3, drove him in across the line, waited for the delayed signal. Now it's up to Michigan. They've got to get the touchdown on their possession.
How important to have fresher legs there after the workhorse Cobb.
He's
in
the
this
journeyman.
game.
Teague's the journeyman.
But he does everything right. What a great opportunity for him.
Huge extra point for Rayner is through, and now Michigan must get a touchdown and score an extra point to keep the game going.
More of the Big Ten's greatest games after this timeout.
Michigan State was thinking the same thing. They had 2 guys out on Braylon Edwards.
Jason Avant, I think he thought he was going to get hit, though. He kind of caught it, kind of rolled over to take a hit. Nobody hit him and it fell down. But it's a good first down play. Gives you 2nd and 4.
And a good read by Henne. He saw the double coverage on his guy, Edwards, so he went to the other side.
Rembert out. Max Martin in at running back. Dudley the fullback in the offset eye to the right. Quick toss to Edwards. Can he make a play on the edge? He does. At the 15, at the 10.
First and goal, Wolverines. Taking it down to the 8-yard line.
If that's not a great call, you know they're not going to play him tight.
Right.
Give him the ball. They've gone downfield. Got a one-on-one there. That's just like taking candy from a baby right there.
You're the corner, though. You've got to square up, come under control, bring your legs under you, and make that play.
Roderick Maples has played just like the MO on him. He makes great plays and makes some mistakes. He gives all his effort. But a guy like Braylon Edwards right there, he's hard to beat.
And Maples going wherever Braylon goes. He watch the huddle, break him, I'm coming to find one.
How about those numbers? That's a career for some people.
Max Martin, the freshman, is the running back this time. First and goal for the Wolverines. It is Martin, the kid from Alabama, who takes it down to the 5. So both running backs who have carried for over 200 yards on the night. Michael Hart, Michigan, 224. And DeAndre Cobb, Michigan State, 205. Both going out with injuries here in overtime. And in the second OT, a couple of other running backs have to answer the call. Martin out now. And they bring Pierre Rembert, more experienced running back in.
Rembert more of a pass blocker than he is a runner. And these are little things that if you're on defense, you've got to notice that, know the personnel.
Be really watching through the tight ends when you're playing them. Watch through the tight ends to the backfield. Make sure they don't block down and release.
Second and goal.
Just like that.
And he throws. It's caught by Massaquoi and dropped. Massaquoi had his hands on it. Tim Massaquoi, the tight end. His problems in 2003 were drops. Too many of them. Caught 5 against Purdue. Dropped that one there.
That's well defended play. And again, you've got to pick up little tips like that. You bring in a pass blocker, little play action. They roll the other way. He's open. Should have made the catch.
Got to catch the ball.
And that's what I was saying. Remember I said you got Rembert in, think pass, watch through the tight end to the backfield. So if you see him release off his block, you're right there. Massaquoi usually catches those. He catches those. He's been real sure-handed. That's why he's been a starter this year. He has really improved his hands through hard work over the summer.
That is the final and only Michigan timeout of this overtime. Guys, after the struggle for Henny in the first half, that was just his 3rd incompletion here in the second half. Michigan is undefeated in the conference. So too is Wisconsin. Michigan's hopes of having an undefeated conference season come down to making 5 yards over the next 2 plays, then kicking an extra point to force this to a 3rd overtime.
They're going to double Braylon.
They empty the backfield. 5 potential receivers. Here is Chad Henne looking in the back for Ebert. He goes up and he caught it. Touchdown!
Oh, I've got to see that. It didn't look like he was in. What a great catch.
Jason Avant in the deep corner. That's the same corner where they made the play in that 17-point comeback against Virginia. They need an extra point to send this to a 3rd OT.
Great decision by Chad Henne. They doubled. Braylon Edwards, you had one-on-one with Jason Avant. Goes up, gets 1 foot down.
Great effort. Are you kidding me? You talk about body control, getting your feet down, making the catch. This is terrific, folks.
Jason Avant has been the guy Michigan's gone to change the sticks, to change the down marker. He got the touchdown there.
Must have extra points to get to a 3rd overtime. Rivas right down the middle, and off we go to overtime number 3.
Which Big Ten school will prevail? We'll find out next on the Big Ten's Greatest Games.
Time begins from the 25 with Henne. Looking Edwards' way, comes back to Avant, and miscommunication. It goes away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I say stay in focus, Mike. If you take one play off in overtime, it could cost you the ball game. It's not like regulation. I mean, one play, it's done.
That was the beauty of that Miami-Ohio State championship game. They had 15, 16 snaps. The national championship was on the line each snap. So there are coaches who don't like this overtime philosophy because of the number of plays involved, and it really wears the kids down.
And think about this. The ball starts at the 25. It's automatically a 42-yard field goal from the first snap. Now think about what kind of yardage you want to make sure you lessen the yardage.
The carry of Max Martin, the true freshman, only gains a yard. Michigan's going to have 3rd and 9 coming up and might force Rivas into a long field goal attempt.
Well, and at some point, fatigue does become a factor. You look at Herons now having a tough time getting up. He's the linebacker. He made the tackle. He's going to wobble off the sidelines, and now that weakens them in the middle.
Both teams are liberally substituting defensive players at this point because you really have to.
Yeah, this is the 158th play of the night.
There's no question that Stanley's your bell cow at linebacker, but with Heron out there weakened in the middle.
Jaron Hayes has the coverage on Braylon Edwards this time, guys. 3rd and 9. Michigan needs to get to the 15 to keep it alive. And he throws. It's caught by Edwards. It's in the end zone. Touchdown. Michigan must go for 2. They're 2 for 3 going for 2 this year. All pass attempts. Touchdown for Braylon Edwards, 35th in his career, 2nd to Anthony Carter.
That's an all-American move right there. The first one, the second move, the catch, and then he just sprints to the corner. Here's the key, Michael, on 2-point conversions. 44% success rate on 2-point conversion.
That man right there, he got open on that slant because he's caught fade route. He's caught fade route. That cornerback was worried about one thing, the outside shoulder. He gave him the outside shoulder, wide open on the slant. Chad Henne put it right on the money.
I like that, don't you, Coach?
Yes, I think that's definitely what you have a choice to do. Now, Michigan State at least has them in their second favorite formation.
Rembert, the running back. Edwards goes in motion. Wolverines going for 2. Henne throws for Massaquoi. Oh, catch! What a catch by the guy with the big drop a moment ago. Massaquoi. 45-37, Michigan.
You forget that Henne is a freshman. His vision is phenomenal. He sits back there so calmly and threw a dart to the back of the end zone.
And remember about 2 hours ago, I told you that Massaquoi was telling us this week that he hurt his thumb about 9 days ago because Henne only knows one speed. Really hard, yes, out of practice, and he threw him a fastball. There came a fastball, and he hung on.
No question, this pass is thrown hard, and he waits, and look at his patience. Throws to the back, and there's his guy, and what a catch he makes. Talk about concentration, knowing you got to have it.
Well, that's the one thing Tim Massaquoi said he's learned to do better. Concentrate on the ball as well as catching a lot of balls in the offseason. He's learned to be much better at concentration.
The running back's DeAndre Cobb. Michigan State must score and convert the 2 to get it to a 4th overtime. Daniel throws. It's incomplete. Spartans want a flag. They're not getting one. Aaron Alexander was the intended receiver.
That's intended for Aaron Alexander.
A surreal scene. The lights, the wind, the wrappers blown around.
Here they are in the end zone listening to the band play while they're on offense. You've got 107,000, 110,000 people here. All of them right now almost yelling and screaming so they won't be able to communicate.
Michigan State would like to be at the other end, but they couldn't go down to their fans and band because of the wind.
2nd and 10. Cobb out as a receiver. They try to hit him on the wheel route. Marker's down on the other side of the field. Marker down in the secondary on the other side of the field. I think they're going to call Marcus Curry, who was defending over on Aaron Alexander. Let's see. That's where the call will come for sure. The question is which way. Oh!
What is it?
It's against the offense.
Pass interference on State.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Again, it was away from the ball on the near side where the flag came in.
I was down there watching Lloyd Carr.
We're coming over to ask Lloyd Carr if you're going to accept the penalty. I think so.
You're just waiting for somebody to blink, and Michigan State, I think, just blinked.
If that's what they're discussing, wouldn't you take the flag here?
John Hill's got to be furious.
I know
Look at him.
A couple more plays. But back him up.
I think, without a doubt.
Pass interference on the offense, number 4. 15-yard penalty for the particular spot. Repeat, 2nd down.
Eric Knott, the tight end, is the one who was flagged for. Knott comes off the field. He was in the doghouse, didn't play 2 weeks ago. The Spartans have been so much better. They were penalized a ton last year. Only had 4.5 penalties a game this year. 14 today. 14 penalties.
Now it's second down and a taxi ride for Michigan State.
Second and 25.
It's about a $3 fare.
Just get part of the back right here. Get 10, 15 yards back right here. Don't go for everything.
And just remind yourself, you're obviously in 4-down territory because field goals go
Without a doubt.
DeAndre Cobb the back. 4 receivers to throw to. Dowdell throws it high. It is brought in at the 23-yard line. So Matt Trannon goes up and makes an 18-yard catch. And we have 3rd and 8 coming up here in the third overtime.
And you know, that's the kind of mismatch you've got to look for in this situation. He's 6'6". Just keep the ball high and give him a chance.
I mean, that's exactly what that was. That was a fade route. That was almost a fade route where he can jump up at 6'6", as if it was in the end zone. That was a plan to play where the quarterback was just going to lob it up there and let him out jump the defender. Now you're down to 3rd and 8. Like you said, Mike, 2 plays now. You don't have to get it all.
Michigan changes personnel. Pierre Woods in at a linebacker to put pressure on.
Here's your 6'6" guy.
That's Trannon. Dowdell looks the other way. Throws it out the tight end. Incomplete. Never looked back for the ball. And it will come down to 1 play.
Little miscommunication there by the receiver and the quarterback. Never had a chance to complete that one. The receiver was not even looking.
They don't have a timeout. Got to make it happen here. The fans come to their feet. They've been on their feet for an hour. What am I saying? They get louder if that's possible.
This is it.
They clock at 15. Michigan trying to cap off as big a comeback as the Big House has ever seen by the Wolverines. 4th and 8. The game is on the line. Dowdell rolls. He throws to the end zone. Knocked away. Michigan wins. An amazing comeback for the Wolverines.
Thanks for watching the Big Ten's greatest games. Michigan versus Michigan State, October 30th, 2004, on the Big Ten Network.